Just came back from a painting session with Geezer's painting club that I'm in, and we were out at the Wind Point. That's a place out here in Racine, Wisconsin, where the lighthouse is. And I didn't paint a painting of the lighthouse. I've painted plenty of pictures with the lighthouse in it, but I did one of the little outbuildings that they had, which was the horn building. And that was just, well, actually it was a foghorn building, as I remember. Whenever there was a heavy fog, this thing would be blowing. This is it right here. You see the two horns here. It would be blowing out into Lake Michigan to warn boats of the reefs that we had offshore. Saved a lot of lives. Well, I'm revitalized after about 4 hours with this group and painting, and I'm feeling great. I want to get back. I got this painting to work on. I got to take my brushes out and put them back, and my pens and pencils and more pens and my close-up glasses. Yep. So, yeah, get this out of the way too. So let's take a look over here and see what we got. Well, the last thing that I did is I put in a little bit of the ground cover for the shadow underneath here. I'll probably have to add some more gray in here because I'm not too sure if it's going to be a blacktop road or if it's going to be a cement road. So I don't know yet, but I just wanted to get that in. And then the silhouette of the tire that's behind there. Now you can see from this view how really low the car is, but because of the angle that we're on, this being the highest part and this being the lowest part, the perspective is going like this, right? And the perspective down here is going like this. But about right here, it seems to be going flat across. So it's like this, flat across, then it comes up like this, then it comes down like this, and then it comes from this point back down to this line here, which goes across again. It's one of the laws of perspective, and you just have to follow it. I mean, unless you're a cartoonist. If you wanted to be a cartoonist, you could shrink this whole thing up and heighten it and blah, 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 you know, and make it as goofy as you want to. But I'm trying to give a little bit of Shazam to this painting of a different angle. Oh, I gotta have me some giddy up here. Hang on. Oh, yeah, baby, that's good. So, I'll get my duds off and my regular studio duds to start painting, and I'll be with you in a minute. Ah, that feels better, a little cooler. This is some of the tubes that I had out there at the lighthouse. Tubes that wouldn't open because they were too hard, and the paint was too hard, so I just put hot water, hot tap water, the hottest I could get out of the tap, in these little buckets, and then I'll be able to clean it off a little bit and hopefully soften up the paint. The paint that I was using out there was gouache paint, and while I was out in this, what we call the summer studio out in the garage, look what I found. Templates. Isometric templates like you would not believe. Remember I told you I had these? Well, I got them, and a lot of French curves. It's great. So you can see the different sizes that they have of these things. Let me see if I can pull out a bigger one. I told you I had some bigger ones. I don't seem to be able to find one right now, but believe me, I do. And then there's more of these things too, so that's cool. Hey, I'll be able to do some wheels and whatever other kind of curves, and there also was some more triangles in there. All the stuff that I used while I was airbrushing over the years, I really used, you know. So yeah, I can't find the bigger ones. They might be still out in this other studio, but you can see the size of the really big ones, you know. So I had a really good set. I'm glad I saved them for my drafting days, that's for sure. And then I wanted to show you too that I'm going to be back working on this Cardinal soon. I'm going to get the background a little bit better on this one. Oh, and this is the board that I'm using. It's untempered masonite, painted on the front with Crux paint. It's a primer, and then sanded. And the smoother you sand it down, the better you're going to get for your airbrushing. And I can see that it works really good on that. So I'll be using more of this board rather than the illustration board that now costs $17 a board, a 30 by 40 board.
That's all, folks.
When I bought it, it wasn't any more than $3.50, if that. So, you know, what a jump it has been. So I'm probably not going to be using the illustration board again, but I do have some big 4 foot by 6 foot, I think. Maybe a couple more of those, so if I have to do something big, I'll probably do that. Although I don't want to do something that big again, but if somebody's willing to pay for it, well, I'll do it. And it's going to take months probably to do a painting that big. So, alright, it's time to put these away and get back into the time study. So, be back in just a bit.